Good evening all, this is Barry here. I have a selection of another selection of videos to present for you, and these are videos from last year and some videos from last month as well. So I hope you enjoy. Well, good morning and welcome to part 2 of episode 42, or should I say, the continuation of part 1. Well, here we are now on the famous Goodwood Bridge. Now, as you can see there, well, you can't see it, but we're about to show you in a moment the Goodwood Bridge. So, lots of cars, guys, going along the bridge at the moment. Now, isn't this a beautiful area for tourists and people alike, and even people in wheelchairs? So, guys, we urge you today to come on out here and take a walk along the famous Goodwood Bridge. And joining me now for the continuation of episode 42 and out and about, here's Mark English. Hello.
G'day Barry, and welcome to the Goodwood Bridge. So, a lovely little amble from South Bank in Brisbane to the City Botanic Gardens, both of which are interesting places in their own right, but this beautiful walkway across the Brisbane River, and it's a very pleasant addition to the walkability of Brisbane City.
So, like we've said on many of the episodes we've brought to you on Out and About, please do not, and we repeat, do not litter the walkways or waterways or recycle waste. And another important rule, keep to the left and make room for cyclists and share the path. Here's Mark now.
Yes, it's been very clearly marked for us, so that bit of order can be maintained, and the bridge is easily big enough to accommodate a very large number of people passing each other, so the space is ample, and it's a very easy bridge to get to the access points and to use.
So if it's a lovely fine day, get out here, guys. There is lots to see and do. There is absolutely no excuse to sit at home and watch television all day. You can do that at night time after the event. Now, on our way here we saw a stage being constructed ready for another concert. Here's Mark now.
Yeah, so we're just walking past the river stage, and it is, I have to say, the grounds are looking magnificent. Of course, the rain that helps make it look magnificent is something we don't want to happen during concert time, but the area looks fantastic, and they're obviously doing some renovations to the stage or getting it ready for another concert. So there's a bit of activity going on.
So, with summer coming on and the weather warming up, there is plenty to see and do in Brisbane, guys. Here's Mark.
Absolutely. There's any number of concerts going on every weekend, and there are a lot of outdoor activities, obviously. And it's just it's a beautiful place now that the city precincts and South Bank have all been beautifully done up. South Bank in particular is an awesome place for families to go, with all the facilities that it has. So, as Barry says, no excuse not to get out here and use it all.
Because the government have spent a hell of a lot of money doing it all up, especially for disabled people like myself. So guys, if you know of anyone in a wheelchair that would like to come out here and explore this beautiful part of Brisbane, okay, please recommend it to them. And like we said on the last show, do write into us or contact us. Here's Mark.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you, and love to hear from people that have either been somewhere that we've reviewed or want somewhere reviewed, obviously. So just let us know.
And come on, we urge you to come on out here and see this side of Brisbane. So why waste time, guys, sitting at home, being lazy, moping around at home thinking, I don't want to do this, because that's nonsense. Here's Mark now.
Yeah, I think Barry's motto is just get out and have a go. So regardless of whether you're worried about things or not sure whether it's appropriate, you'll never know if you don't try it. So I encourage you to have a go.
Because you never know unless you never go. Because look at it all. Just look at it. Just get some clothes on, pack a picnic, get on out here. There's plenty of grassy areas to put a picnic blanket down and a basket and neatly packed sandwiches. Please, we urge you to today on this show. Here's Mark.
Yep, absolutely encourage everyone to get out more, and regardless of your circumstances, just enjoy the surroundings as much as you can.
So, let's take a pan around over here now.
All right.
I'd like to read this sign to you. Now, this is called Making the World a More Inclusive Place, one copy at a time. Stop by, say hi, grab a brew. So, guys, look at that. There is absolutely no excuse whatsoever to sit at home watching movies. Save that for a rainy day. Here's Mark.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's certainly very pleasant out today, and it's a lovely temperature for moving around. So whilst we haven't got full sun, we haven't got full heat either. So very pleasant day.
So another thing you must remember, guys, is not littering, because there are garbage bins where you can put your litter. Okay, there is absolutely no need to litter the Brisbane foreshores. Here's Mark.
Yeah, it's beautifully kept here, and litter would not be acceptable, but they do have a lot of bins. So my usual gripe of there aren't enough bins can't be held true for here.
Because what's the excuse for littering? None. Because we've said this right from the word go when we started the show. I mean, if you see a bin, please place your litter in it. Here's Mark.
Absolutely, Barry. And you know, you're right, we have mentioned it right from the beginning that there's no place for littering, and the bins are provided, and if you haven't got a bin that you can see, just pack up your stuff and take it home and throw it in the bin at home when you get there.
And please remember, you are the one responsible for bringing your equipment in. Okay, please, if you bring your equipment in, please do take it out or bring it home, because you are responsible for this. Here's Mark.
Yep, well, we're all responsible for how it is maintained, and I agree with Barry. Regardless of what you bring in, don't leave things untidy or lying around. Pack them up properly, take them home, or if it's rubbish, throw it in a bin and leave it the way you found it.
And another thing, okay, check your weather forecast before you go. Here's Mark.
Absolutely. Well worth knowing in advance whether the dodgy looking sky is going to empty rain onto you or not. That's not an issue today, but certainly when you're getting out and about in Brisbane, sunscreen is an issue, so make sure you've got some sunscreen with you. And Barry's been creamed up and has got his hat, so I've just creamed up because I forgot my hat.
So, just going back over what we discussed yesterday before we continue. Okay, the phone. Okay, we know that we've covered this a lot, but raising your voice on the phone, no. Here's Mark.
No, we can't say it often enough. It's just common courtesy. There's no excuse for losing your cool and destroying the potential resolve or results that you're looking for by becoming aggressive or abusive.
And don't swear on the phone or swear in your email, because guys, it's not appropriate behaviour. Here's Mark.
Well, it's just not appropriate behaviour, full stop. I don't need to add to that.
So, why behave inappropriately on the phone and the same whilst in public? Because plenty of police patrol this area, and if you are violent, vulgar, disruptive or disrespectful, the police will be on to you like there's no tomorrow. Here's Mark.
Well, we hope that it never comes to that, but Barry's right. There's nowhere to hide these days. Everything's being watched with cameras, so you can't really get away with anything anymore, and it should just be a case of not needing to.
Because, right, with Christmas coming up as well, behave. And coming up on our final edition of Out and About for the year, and we'll be talking about road safety as well. Here's Mark.
Well, if for road safety in the context of being a pedestrian, dear mate?
No, driving away and organising your trip.
That road safety. Yeah, how to get from Brisbane to Sydney safely in 2 days or less.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about that soon too on Out and About, and knowing when to stop and take regular breaks. But just getting back onto today's show right now, look at that. Let's just pan you around once more. So guys, like Mark and I said, there is absolutely no excuse for not, sitting. Well, should I say there is absolutely no excuse for sitting at home. Look at this, get out of here, bring your camera, take some photos, show your friends what you've been doing, and even do a video on this. Here's Mark.
Yes, if you do a video, it'd be awesome to get some feedback from you as well. So don't forget, if you're out and about, like Barry and I are, then take some pics and send them to us.
And we'd certainly like to hear from you. And you can even ring us and tell us about your experience, about where you've been, because, we'd certainly like to hear from you about what your experiences have been, whether they've been wheelchair friendly or not. Okay, so please, we'd like to hear from you about it. Okay, there is absolutely no excuse not to write to us. I usually wouldn't give out my address on the show, but write to us. Out and About Barry Fair and Mark English, Out and About Productions, 23 Monday Place, Bray Park, Queensland, 4500, and my mobile phone number is 0481 979 995. Here's Mark to recap that information for you.
Yep, so as Barry said, the address is Barry Fair Productions at 23 Mundy Place, Bray Park.
And it's called Out and About.
Out and About, that's right. So we'll know which of the shows you're talking about, and we'll give Barry a ring. So we look forward to hearing from you.
And include your return address and phone number as well, so we can get back to you on whether we can come and cover where you've been. Okay, so please do include your return phone number and your address. Here's Mark.
Yep, it'd be lovely to make the show a bit more interactive and be doing more for other people as well. So please give us a call or drop us a line and let us know how we can best serve you for information.
So ask us, where can we go in Brisbane? We'll happily send you a USB stick of where we've covered out and about. Just let us know. Here's Mark.
Yep. Barry's got all the equipment to send you what you need or any requests. So please do contact us and we'll try and do something for you.
And if you'd like to come and visit the studio where we do out and about, please do give us a call. We'd like to meet and greet you. Here's Mark.
Yes, if it's not at the studio and you wanted to know where we were going to be going on out and about and would like to join, then that could be a possibility as well.
So what you've got to do if you're staying in Queensland, guys, order some interstate taxi dockets, and that's all you've got to do. Here's Mark.
Yes, well, I don't know how it works for other states, but certainly New South Wales have got interstate dockets for people who have got a TSS card in New South Wales. So I'm not sure that the other states do it as well, but certainly New South Wales does.
Well, we're going to take a break now on the show and go and do a food review and then come back to you. So just recapping what we talked about so far before we go to the break. Okay, there's absolutely no need for you to sit at home, guys. Okay, get on out here, pack a picnic basket. There's absolutely no need for us to stay home. Get out here, guys. Here's Mark.
Yeah, Barry's right. Just get out, get amongst it, fresh air, new sights, new people. It's all ahead of you once you leave the house.
Because look, just look at it. Just have a look at it. And if you just have a look, watch our shows on a regular basis every week, you know what we're talking about. We don't talk rubbish on the show. We are trying to interest you. Here's Mark now.
And as Barry said, in the interest of trying to interest you, please contact, give us suggestions, give us feedback, and you never know, we might actually find something that you love doing.
And you never know, like Mark and I could be doing the show from Sydney. Who knows?
Only time will tell.
Well, the time it's coming up to now,
Lunchtime.
so we'll take a break on Out and About and we will get back to you. This is episode 42 now. Stay with us. The show is far from over yet. Well, here we are now at the Gardens Club Cafe. and this is Barry Fair and Mark English with you. Welcome along and welcome back. Well, we've had a lovely day today telling you about the Brisbane Botanic Gardens, and coming up we have a food review for you, and here's Mark to tell you about it right now. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Barry. Always one of the favoured times of the day, lunchtime. So hopefully you're going to enjoy your meal and be able to give the Garden Cafe a very good review.
And we would like to encourage you guys to come out here to the Garden Cafe today and look at that. This is absolutely stunning, guys. Look at that.
It does have a beautiful setting. We've just taken ourselves inside, but I'm just going to let you have a look out the door, and you can see that the cafe is located within the grounds of the City Botanic Gardens in Brisbane.
And we didn't actually get to do a shot last time when we were here. This was episode 39 to be exact. Now, the Brisbane Botanic Gardens, guys, it's a peaceful, tranquil place. Here's Mark now.
Yes, it's got some beautiful, well-established gardens. This was the original Botanic Gardens for Brisbane, and they shifted the focus of the Botanic Gardens to Mount Coot-tha probably 30 or so years ago. But obviously, because of its heritage, the gardens here are magnificent. So, and lots of walking paths and different types of plant life, obviously, because it's Botanic Gardens. So, lots of fascinating things to see right on the very edge of the city.
And there is an art gallery as well, which you can go and have a look at. It's all free. Go and check it out. Here's Mark.
Yeah, so the gardens are also next to QUT's city campus, and the campus has museums, art galleries, etc., all of which are free. So, and it's an easy access for both of us once we're in the gardens to get into the QUT campus as well. It's almost continuous with the gardens.
So there is absolutely no excuse, like we said earlier and said at home. Get in your car, get out here. We don't care how, we don't mind how you come, either by boat, by train, or by a bus. Here's Mark.
Yes, Barry's right. You do have all the options for arriving here or very near here. Certainly bus, boat will get you the closest, and the nearest train station is a bit of a hike from here, but given that there are other options, train's probably the least attractive for getting close to here.
So there is plenty of wheelchair access around here. Guys, please, if you are up here on a holiday, do come and check it out. Plenty of places for you to eat and drink, accessible bathrooms, you name it, they've got it. Here's Mark.
Yep, all the facilities are here, and it does flow particularly well because, as I said, The Botanic Gardens are right on the edge of the city, so you can go straight into the city. It's no distance, obviously, because you're right on it. And then the Goodwill Bridge crosses over into South Bank and gives you complete access to everything on the other side of the river as well.
So, like we ask, why are you sitting at home when it's such a beautiful day? Look at it.
Yeah, it's beautiful to be out and about today, isn't it?
And not too hot, not too cold, just the perfect temperature, guys. There's absolutely no excuse to sit at home like Mark and I did. We rang our taxi driver, we got in a cab and we came here. Here's Mark to tell you about it.
Yep. Easy for us, but I have to say, Bray Park is a fair way from the city, and there'd be other ways to get here other than taxi, but for the time factor. So that we're not spending hours just doing transport, we tend to use taxis for convenience because we can get picked up from home, drop where we want to be, and it doesn't use up half a day just in getting there.
And like I said before the break, if you can think of anywhere.
Hello. Fantastic message.
Thank you very much.
And if you'd like us to cover anywhere, just let us know. Here's Mark.
Mark's going to show you what we were just saying thank you for. So,
And look at that, guys.
and I can assure you those chips are as good as they look.
I might take a couple.
I think you will.
So on here, guys, is a ham and avocado. Yum, oh, look at that. And we'll take a break now and give you a review when it's all done.
Beautiful.
So stay with us. Still plenty more of today's show left.
See you soon.
See you soon, guys. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 42 of Out and About with Mark English and Barry Beer here. Well, we've had a bit of an interesting encounter while we've been on the break. For Mark.
Oh, I set myself up for it, of course.
He set himself up for it, of course, but he ordered a chicken burger and the bird came along and went whack.
Yep. So, the chicken burger got stolen by the bin chicken and then dumped on the ground. So, I got none of my burger. Well, none of the first one anyway.
But you can see the resemblance.
And it's coming back to see if it can get the bottom half of the one that it's already stolen. So, might have to... Oh no, it's running away without being chased.
So, today we've covered the Goodwill Bridge. Here's Mark to tell you about it.
Yeah, wonderful pedestrian bridge between South Bank and the City Botanic Gardens. So, a fantastic pedestrian only, well, I shouldn't say that because bikes are allowed on, but non-motorised vehicles only going across the bridge, and as I said, loads of space, so it's a very comfortable crossing, and it's not it wouldn't be arduous for anyone. It's only a few hundred metres long. the actual bridge. So, you know, it wouldn't be too hard for anyone to do. And it's it's got some lovely sitting areas along the way where you can get just off the bridge itself onto a platform on the side, so that you can just sit and watch the world go by from there.
So like we've been saying today, there is absolutely no excuse whatsoever to sit at home on a glorious Brisbane afternoon. Cloud cover and belt, not too hot, not too cold, and not too breezy either. Here's Mark.
Yes. So that was a long-winded way of Barry saying, yeah, it's just right. But that's probably the first time this year, isn't it? You know, nearly every other time we've been out, we've either been rather hot or rather cold.
Or rather wet.
Or rather wet, yes.
Or and rather cold. So guys, and viewers alike in wheelchairs, for goodness sake, get out here. There's so much you can do. Here's Mark now.
Yes, we are finding that there are lots to do as long as you're happy to get out and give it a go. As we've said, not everywhere has excellent access, but certainly some of the places like the City Botanic Gardens and getting across to South Bank and South Bank itself have excellent wheelchair access and provide a beautiful setting for just getting out and having a look around Brisbane.
So why waste a single day, guys? Please get out there. Get out here, we should say.
Exactly.
Because if you're in a wheelchair like I am, I just saw another person in a wheelchair going around this beautiful area of the gardens, and it is just so fantastic out here. And we've been having our lunch today at the Gardens Club Cafe. Here's Mark to tell you about it.
Well, our lunches were exceedingly good and very attractive to IBIS. So you need to keep your wits about you while you're eating here. And I did notice there are a few butcher birds around as well. And so there's any number of birds around here that are going to try and steal your food.
So be careful, guys. Because it is really important as well not to feed the birds. Here's Mark now.
Yes, we try not to feed the birds.
Good.
And discourage them from joining the rest of the patrons at the cafe.
And in there is a function room, but we won't show you that. But anyway, if you're in this vicinity, guys, okay, we would encourage you today or any day of the week to come in and have a look at the gardens, the garden cafe, and like we say, please do keep the tables clean, and there's absolutely no excuse for littering. Here's Mark now.
Well, I have to admit I did make a bit of a mess with the help of the IBIS, but it's all gone now, and so's the IBIS. So good result all round.
It's coming up to 6 minutes to 2 o'clock here. So, just going over what we've discussed so far today on Out and About. Okay, there is absolutely no excuse to sit at home. There are lots of things to see and do here or anywhere in Brisbane, such as the Goodwill Bridge, guys. You've got to really check it out. Here's Mark.
Yep, so as we said, you can get to it from obviously either side of the river, so you can start off at South Bank and get onto the Goodwill Bridge there, or start from the City Botanic Gardens and get on it from there. But as I said, either end, there's a lot of things to see and do at both ends of the bridge, and the bridge itself very easy, very very wheelchair friendly, and obviously no vehicles, so very safe.
So we urge you to come any day of the week, guys. It's all free. You don't need to pay to get in here. Okay, so please do come along. We recommend this place to you. Here's Mark now.
Yeah, absolutely recommended. It's got so many advantages in being able to get around, lots of space, lots of private space if you want it, and stunning surroundings. It's just a beautiful spot.
So, like we say, there is absolutely no excuse for staying home when there's no need to. Occupy your minds, guys. That's all you've got to do. Here's Mark.
Oh, look, it's a beautiful distraction for anyone. So, I would recommend to everybody to come and just cruise around this area, cruise the gardens. They're beautiful, calming.
And it's a great way of relieving the tension you may have.
Absolutely. And, as we've mentioned, very close to an absolute mountain of facilities for, food and beverage. It's easy to get here via buses and watercraft, so the ferries, and obviously taxis. But as I said, we generally use taxis just because of the convenience of time.
So, out and about, guys, like we've said, it's like a series where we can bring the show to you basically from anywhere. Here's Mark.
Yep, so have laptop will travel, and Barry's well set up to be able to take pickies and run the show from anywhere.
Like we said when we did the Goodwill Bridge, if you've got anywhere you'd like us to cover, please do let us know about it. Here's Mark.
Yep, all contact is welcome, so either critique us or give us some ideas of places you'd like to see us go to or try and go to, and we'll see what we can do.
So nothing is wrong with phoning in or writing to us. Here's Mark now.
Yeah, absolutely. And Barry's given you the address to write and his phone number to give him a call. So please feel free.
And I should point out that Monday is spelled M-U-N-D-I-E. Here's Mark.
Yes. So Mundy Place, Bray Park, and as Barry said, M-U-N-D-I-E is Mundy.
It's not M-U-N-D-Y. So it's Monday, like, and please do include your return address and phone number so that we can contact you. Here's Mark.
Yep. We love to hear from people. We'd love to make this more interactive. So, as Barry said, please contact us.
Hey there.
So you can even look up on the Thrive website too of where the studio is. So if you're near a computer, guys, look Bray Park up. Here's Mark now.
Yep, it'll give you an idea of how far Barry has to travel every time we go somewhere, and it's not close to the city, so there's a fair bit of time in travel, and you can still have enough time to get out and about and enjoy these things, even though it's probably an hour each way for us, even in a taxi. So try and make the most of your time, and just get yourselves to places.
Because that's why we're bringing out and about to you, so you've got an idea of what we're talking about. And perhaps if you come to live up in Brisbane, guys, take away some of the ideas we've talked about. Here's Mark.
Yep, so I've really got nothing to add to that, Barry.
So just before we do say goodbye, farewell to you today on Out and About. Okay, my productions are slowly starting to wind up, because I did get a bit of news yesterday. Here's Mark.
Oh, I think you need to share the news, Barry.
Well, my productions may soon wind up, guys, from here, so I will let you know when I'm off on my holidays, and who knows, I'll let you know. So there's the news. I don't know when that will happen, but it's certainly in the wind. Here's Mark.
Yes, I often don't know what to say at this point, because it takes so long to get any real responses. We're still in the process of waiting for just a simple yes. So when that particular yes comes, then there'll be some genuine news. But it's just waiting.
Probably not the news that you want to hear, guys, but stay tuned. I will let you guys know. Here's Mark.
We look forward to continuing on and bringing you the production as long as Barry's in Brisbane, and tune in, contact us, let us know what's going on, and we'll get back to you.
And before we do close off the show today, or close the show, just going a little bit over, or should I say, let's go over a bit of the phone manners, where we discussed yesterday. Do not threaten anybody on the phone. Here's Mark now.
It's counterproductive. It will not get you anything except grief.
And you've got no one to blame for saying those things on the phone but yourself. Here's Mark now.
Yeah, so Barry, quite right. You need to take control of your own behaviour and make sure that you don't get aggressive and abusive, and hopefully whatever your issues are will be resolved with the minimum of fuss.
And remember, before you make the phone call, guys, have the person's phone number and the area code and the questions that you want to ask and your concerns. Here's Mark.
Yep, so obviously once you've contacted the person, you need to tell them exactly what it is that you want to try and sort out. And unfortunately they may or may not be the right person, but if you've got whatever file numbers you need to identify whatever file it is that you're having trouble with, make sure that you have it at the ready, because it'd be exceedingly rare that you got the same person twice when you're trying to deal with these things, and they always need to know everything that they can other than your name, which doesn't ever seem to be enough to find anything.
And please don't be rude or abrupt or disrespectful, because again, that can lead to termination of the phone call. Here's Mark.
Yep, Barry's just stated a fact there. If you do become abusive or aggressive, you expect to have your phone call terminated. So,
and that basically is the end of what NDIS or NDIA or whatever company you rang up was trying to organize in the first place, and you will have to deal with it all yourself. Here's Mark now.
I've forgotten what we were talking about, Barry. Distractions.
About the termination of phone calls.
Yep, just another fact. Get rude, get hung up on. End of story.
And you will probably be blacklisted too. Because whatever decision comes out of the wash or off the rank, you've got to realize it is what it is, guys. Here's Mark.
You're just simply not going to be well received if you're anything other than pleasant, cooperative, provide the information asked for. After all, you're trying to help yourself. So to be abusive and aggressive is not helping yourself. And as Barry has pointed out on many occasions, you've got no one to blame for that but yourself if you choose to act in that way.
Because it's being stupid and tedious and a word that I've never used on the show before, rebellious. Here's Mark.
Yep, it's just incomprehensible that anyone thinks they're going to get anything positive out of being aggressive It simply won't work.
And now, here's the closing segment. We thank you today for joining us on episode 42. And we welcome you to a brand new Tuesday session of Out and About. I got a surprise this morning when Mark turned up. And if you want more Out and About with Mark and I, tune in every Monday and Tuesday. Here he is to tell you about it.
Yep, so it appears that we're going to be doing permanent Monday and Tuesday now. So you can look forward to double episodes every week from here on in.
Until I go back to Sydney, of course. So, just recapping our address. If you'd like to write in, Barry Fair Productions, Out and About, 23 Mundy Place, Bray Park, Queensland 4500, and remember to include your return address and phone number so that we can get back to you. Okay? Ask us whatever it is that you like us want to see. Ask us some questions. What have we covered? What haven't we covered? Here's Mark.
Yep, exactly as Barry said. Contact us, give us ideas, give us critique, whatever. So we're looking for inspiration.
So ask us. What is it you'd like us to cover? Ask us some questions about the show. How do we put it together? Where do we go? Excuse me. Where do we go? How do I put the show together? Ask us. Here's Mark.
Yep, I don't even know the answers to those questions, but I don't like to destroy the magic of television, so I'm not asking how he does it.
So if you'd like us to cover anywhere in the Queensland area, please do let us know. Here's Mark now.
Well, it's been another wonderful day, and I hope you've enjoyed the show so far, and the fact that we're going to be doubling up on episodes now. So contact us, and well, it will be a week until we're back to you again next time.
Well, 5 days in fact.
There you go.
So that's all we've got for you from the Brisbane Botanic Gardens today. And to close this show, the number that we rely on 24 hours a day, you know what it is, 000. Please do not ring that number unless you've got a critical emergency. Don't waste resources, guys. Here's Mark now for his closing segment on this.
Barry's 100% right. Those numbers need to be kept clear to make sure that they're available for the people that are having genuine emergencies, and any kind of abuse of the system, it can only lead to trouble for someone that needs it.
Like me, for example. So we hope that you've enjoyed Out and About today, and that's all we've got for you until we see you again on Monday morning at 10 o'clock. And please don't abuse anyone on the phone, accept the fact that this will not be happening, and realize that you can't do anything about it. Here's Mark now to take us out with that message.
So if you've got bad news, you've just got to work around it. The person delivering the news is not usually the person causing the issue. They're just doing their job. So Barry's recommendation is obviously, if you get bad news, you do whatever you have to do to calm down, and then call them so that you can communicate, but with the attitude that this is going to be a calm, clear discussion.
But if it's rude and but if it's rude and abusive, guys, no. So hang up, okay? And like I've said, you've got no one to blame but yourself here, okay? So please don't be rude and abusive. And on that note, it is time for us to say farewell, and we will wrap it all up back at the studio. But until then, we hope that you've enjoyed the show today. Thanks for your company, and here's Mark now to say farewell.
I look forward to seeing you all next Monday, and in the meantime, stay safe.
Back at the studio.
Well, I'll see you back at the studio first, and then next week. So, well, why am I wrapping up if we're doing a wrap up? Hey? Come on.
Well, we're not wrapping up just yet. We're just wrapping this part
Oh, okay.
of the show up. So we'll see you back at the studio to wrap it all up. Thanks for your company here today at the Botanic Garden. But until then, I'll see you back at the studio. Our taxi is coming soon, so we'll see you back at the studio.
See you there.
Until then,
Ta-ta.
ta-ta.
Back on.
Well, good evening, everybody. It's Thursday, April 28th. Barry here with you.
And Emma.
And Emma here. Welcome to another one of our videos. Now, since we last left you, we talked about being polite to staff and letting them do what's best for us. But like we said, if you don't want it, that's completely up to you. And we're going to be filming this marvelous backdrop here.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Should I turn around?
Turn it around. Look at that. Now isn't that a picture perfect
Yeah.
postcard here? Look at that.
Like the palm trees and all the
Along
bushes.
the palm trees and all the bushes there.
And then watch the sunset. I'm pretty sure the sunset's ahead, isn't it? Because it's quite bright over there compared to the rest.
Now, while we're filming this sunset, going back over what we discussed on Anzac Day night, for those of you that missed the show, okay, it is important to listen to people and to trust people when they are talking to you.
Yeah.
And if they are going to talk to you, don't just raise your voice. Hear them now for her opening statement.
Yeah, so like Barry said, no matter how much you disagree with what anyone tells you, never raise your voice, because if you give negativity, you get back negativity, and it doesn't lead to anywhere good.
Okay, because say if I was going to take certain medication, like I'm going to very soon, okay, if I keep refusing it, I could get crook, and it's the only way. But we're not going to talk about medication tonight. We're going to talk about how important it is to trust people and let people finish their sentence. Here's my offside.
Yeah, Barry's right. So, although, it might be annoying when people try to encourage you to take medication when you don't feel like it, they do mean well. And it is completely up to you whether or not you choose to take medication. But just remember, people, they only want the best for you, no matter what they suggest. Like, don't view people telling you what to do. They're just recommending options for you. And it's completely up to you what you want to do. Just politely decline if you don't want to do what they recommend.
But don't go, no, I don't want to do it,
Yeah.
in a rude, abrupt way, because where is that going to get you in the long run? Here's my offside.
Yeah, Barry's right. So don't be rude, because it won't lead you anywhere good. People will just think you're impolite and they won't want to talk to you again in the future.
And you may be asked to leave the house or get transferred somewhere where staff will not tolerate bad behavior. Now, if I can get my offsider to swing the camera back around toward me, so I'm not having my back to you, okay? Because at the end of the thank you everyone for coming on this journey with me, and do continue to come on the journey with me. And I really do hope that you enjoy it. I really do hope, sorry, that you have enjoyed the videos. So stay tuned for my last 2 weeks here up in Queensland.